Okay, so apparently Donald Trump spent hours with one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. That's not a headline from 2019. That's from this week. And if you're thinking, wait, didn't that story die when Epstein did? Oh no, like a bad sequel, it's back. Newly released Epstein emails from the House Oversight Committee just dropped. And once again, the name Trump is in them. So tonight we're talking about what do these emails actually say? What do they mean? And why does this guy's ghost keep haunting American politics? Here's the deal. A 2011 email from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell, yes, that Ghislaine Maxwell, the one currently serving 20 years for sex trafficking, said this: that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Into bracket victim, spent hours at my house with him. He's never once been mentioned. And Maxwell replied, I've been thinking about that. Okay, first of all, what kind of Bond villain writes like this? The dog that hasn't barked. Bro, you're not MI6. You're a creep with an AOL account. Now, the email doesn't say what happened during those hours. It just says Trump and a victim were at Epstein's house. It's vague, it's unsettling, and it's from 2011, 2 years after Epstein's first conviction. And in a 2019 follow-up email, Epstein claimed Trump knew about the girls. Again, not evidence of a crime, but it raises the question, was Trump part of the circle or just orbiting it? The Trump team immediately hit back. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said these emails were selectively released and that the unnamed victim was Virginia Giuffre, who has publicly said Trump never did anything wrong and that he was polite and friendly. Leavitt's version: Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago decades ago for being a creep toward one of his employees. So in the Trump narrative, he's not an accomplice, he's the guy who kicked out the bad guy. Let's rewind. In the 1990s, Trump and Epstein were both Palm Beach regulars, rich, famous, and in love with attention. Trump once told New York Magazine, I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. Yeah, not the best code to age into. Later, Trump claimed he had a falling out with Epstein, allegedly because Epstein hit on young women working at Mar-a-Lago. So depending on who you ask, they were either friends turned enemies or just two guys who ran in the same wealthy Florida circle. Either way, it shows how interconnected power, money, and silence were in Epstein's world. Representative Ro Khanna, Democrat from California, looked at these new emails and basically went, this is exactly what's wrong with America. He told the Breaking Points podcast, this whole Epstein class needs to go. He wasn't just talking about Epstein. He meant the entire ecosystem, the billionaires, politicians, and celebrities who either participated or looked away. And he's right, Epstein wasn't operating alone. His contact list was like the guest list from a Davos after-party from hell. Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, Ehud Barak, Elon Musk. It's the world's most uncomfortable LinkedIn network. So when Khanna says Epstein class, he's calling out the culture of untouchable privilege that lets predators thrive and everyone else pretend not to know. Now, this is where the internet goes full tinfoil hat. For years, people, including Trump's own supporters, have demanded the release of the Epstein files, the flight logs, visitor list, FBI notes, everything. But the Trump administration refused to release them, saying it would violate victims' privacy. And the DOJ and FBI under Biden later agreed, saying, we will not release child exploitation materials or anything that harms survivors. That's totally valid, but politically, it fuels a conspiracy machine. Because if you don't release the files, people assume you're hiding something. And if you do release them, people say you're weaponizing trauma. So the government stuck between protect the victims and satisfy the internet. Meanwhile, the rumor mill spins on. The Wall Street Journal claimed earlier this year that Trump sent Epstein a birthday card with a sexual drawing inside. Trump denied it, called it fake, and sued the paper. That Elon Musk, who once posed with Ghislaine Maxwell at a Vanity Fair party, said, the real reason Trump won't release the Epstein files is because he's mentioned in them. Elon, buddy, maybe this is not your moment to weigh in. So let's separate facts from vibes. Epstein did email Maxwell about Trump. He said Trump spent hours with a victim. There's the evidence Trump committed a crime. The supposed victim, Giuffre, said Trump never harmed her. Trump says he cut Epstein off years ago. That's it. Everything else is speculation, which on the internet might as well mean a Netflix docuseries waiting to happen. But here's why this story matters. When names like Trump, Clinton, or Prince Andrew keep appearing in Epstein's orbit, it reinforces the idea that there is one set of rules for the powerful and another for everyone else. This isn't just about Trump or Epstein. It's about how wealth protects itself. Epstein wasn't powerful because he was rich. He was powerful because rich people needed him. He collected secrets, he built connections, and he used both like currency. That's why he got sweetheart deals, private jets, and VIP guests who knew something was wrong but said nothing. And when Epstein died, the network didn't vanish. It just scattered into boardrooms, governments, and apparently leaked emails. So, do these emails prove Trump was guilty of anything? No, but they do prove that Epstein's ghost is still haunting American power. Because every few months, a new detail drops, a new name surfaces, and the same question returns. Who knew? Who looked away? And why is nobody ever really held accountable? Until those Epstein files are fully declassified and survivors get transparency without re-traumatization, we are stuck in the same loop. Power, scandal, denial, repeat. And honestly, if there's one phrase you never want next to your name, it's mentioned in Jeffrey Epstein's emails. I'm Mazhar. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button, share with your friends, and do subscribe to the channel for more such videos.